Well, welcome back. It's Tuesday morning, October 2nd, 2024, in the year of our Lord, and we're here in the lobby of the historic Hotel Orloff here in Rural Retreat, Virginia, and getting ready for work. I wanted to show you a few quick things. Yesterday, a package arrived in the mail. Let's see, who's it from? It's from someone in Maspeth, New York, named Tang Zhu. Zhu J. Tang. Yeah, Tang is the last name, I guess. Yeah, Tang is the last name. So, and that reminds me, have you tried our sponsor, Fang? Breakfast drink for vampires. You can get type A and type O. Drink it by the pint. Now this, in reality, is me creating a fantasy real wacky package product, because I was at an estate sale, and sometimes in the garage at these estate sales they have old bottles that I don't know, whatever these people do. But see, this is a 1970s Tang, right? Which is the product that was being made fun of by the wacky package sticker that I got when I was like in third grade. Look at this beautiful Norman Saunders art. Norman Saunders, the famous pulp painter artist that I was first exposed to through wacky packages as a kid. Anyway, so what I did, I just, I don't know, went to a Kinko's FedEx type place and blew up the sticker to the actual size that the Tang sticker would have been. Of course, the Tang sticker had been removed because they were, bottling pickles or something in this. I don't know what. And I stuffed a little shrunken head in there. I don't know. So that's kind of stuff that we do here for arts and crafts projects in Rural Retreat, Virginia. Most of the people that live here in this town are goblins and ghouls. In fact, I got to tell you this yesterday. There's a little trailer by the woods with a giant hole in the side of it. And inside, there are 5 dwarves that live there. And these dwarves are 5 of the original 7 singers for the Mutual of Omaha commercial jingle back in the 1970s and 60s. They were the actual people that sang Mutual of Omaha is people you can count on when the goings are rough, whatever. I bet you didn't know that it was a team of 8 dwarves that live in Rural Retreat, Virginia that sang that song that you grew up hearing during Marlin Perkins' Wild Kingdom. Well, anyway, so what did I get in this package? I didn't order anything from this person named Zhu, X-U-E, Zhu J. Tang. I don't know who this person is, but I opened up the package only to find, I don't have this phone on a tripod. How do I have to set it down somewhere so you can see what this is. Okay. Perhaps I could set the phone down on this candelabra next to these shrunken heads. I've never tried this before. Will it work? There's always a... Okay, so this is what I open up to. This shirt. Look at this, man. It's a Tomb of Terror shirt from the great Harvey comic, pre-code horror comic. Just think about this. This company that produced this comic would later produce Casper the Friendly Ghost and Wendy the Good Little Witch and Richie Rich and all of those. Same company, Harvey. It's a 3XL. I'm not quite that fat, although I am the fattest man on YouTube. I'm a 2XL. This is a 3XL. So, apparently, see, it's even fatter than I am. But my wife is going to get this because this looks better on a woman because it's kind of like a dress. Whereas on me, it just makes me look like I'm even fatter than I, boy, that really is pretty wide. Anyway, so this is my wife's present. Although it was apparently intended for me, it was from my wife's family. They found a bunch of cool shirts, I think comic book shirts and pro-Trump shirts on this, well, it's some website that I came to know about, I guess about a year ago. My wife was ordering all these things for like 47 cents from some company called Temu, which apparently I think during the Super Bowl they ran commercials saying, we're really Temu. So anyway, it's a bunch of I think Chinese political prisoners that they have working producing products, and then they're selling them to us, probably covered in fentanyl powder. But anyway, apparently that came from Temu. And I guess they have people here in the United States, they ship the stuff to them, and then they mail it from their American address. So that person that lived in New York, the Tang person, apparently is part of their internal agents networked here in the United States. Well, so that was a surprise. So my wife got a t-shirt, and apparently there's more t-shirts coming, and my wife needs t-shirts. Gotham City Comics, Kevin Johnson, the owner of Gotham City Comics, is about to reprint his cool t-shirt. And I'm trying to find where my t-shirt is. It might be here. Is it here? Is this it? No, that's not it, man. I just can't find it. Where is my dang Gotham City Comics t-shirt? But anyway, I'm going to get another one for my wife. Sometimes you just can't find a Gotham City t-shirt. Okay, my other project for this morning before I go to work, it is now like 8 minutes till 6, so I got to get a move on, is my wife's guitar that she brought back from Japan. She lived in Japan for a little while. This is, the guitar is not currently in operation, and it's got some broken strings. But I decided that this Richard Nixon mannequin, it's actually a vampire mannequin. I just put my Nixon mask that I've had since high school, this Nixon mask and this Reagan mask, or got those at a joke shop back in the 80s. Used to be on Division Street, right near Best Products, on the way to the Six Flags Mall. But anyway, this Japanese guitar has stuff written in English on it. It just says, love me, love me, love me. And then some other things that I don't think I don't think people in Japan knew what these words mean. They just think, look, it says, look at that. Do you see that? It says stupid? Is that what how many guitars say stupid? Are you stupid? Yeah, what does that one say? What does that say? I don't think, does that even say anything? You know, that's the thing. A lot of the shirts have Japanese lettering on them that we buy here, and we have no idea what they're saying. They might just say, I am stupid. But in Japan, these words look really cool because they're written in English, but in reality, they're kind of inane. How about that word, inane? We're going to put this on Richard Nixon. So I'll prop you up since I don't have my tripod in operation. Prop you up against this 1970s jukebox, not jukebox, music box. It's too early in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but I figured this would look perfect on Nixon, and it will create more of a rock and roll vibe here in the hotel. Oh man, I hate that word vibe. Ugh, horrible word. You know something? I watched that Sticky Goose confrontation with Comic Tom on Friday night, or I just finished watching on Saturday morning. I don't know when I watched it, but that they're both kind of horrible people. I actually, but that's because they're younger than I am. So everyone younger than me. You know, the thing I finally figured out. I'll tell you. Let me try this out here. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. How does that look? All right, and it's almost like we're in the Hall of Blues. What's that place called? The Hall of Rock and Roll Blues that Dan Aykroyd founded. Look at that, man. It's Nixon in concert. Now, the fact that he's holding this goblet is kind of weird, to be holding a goblet. But maybe they would do that kind of thing at those heavy metal concerts. Maybe the goblet should be filled with blood instead of cough drops, though. It's Ricola. Ricola. So that was an important thing that's been on my mind all night, is I've got to get that guitar onto Richard Nixon. And so I've done that. Okay. What else? I showed you the Tomb of Terror shirt. My wife says she's going to order another one in my size. Now, it seems to be an ironed-on decal, very much like they did back in the 70s. So I would not put that in the dryer. I learned those lessons back in the 1970s. Well, I've got my bottle of water, and I've got to take a blood pressure pill. But I'm hoping that if I keep losing weight, and I've lost 20-something pounds, I won't have to take these gosh darn First-Legener things. But all right, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like Darth Vader
went out into a mountain to pray and continued all night in prayer to God.
Okay, and with that, my Darth Vader Bible clock is telling me that it is 6:00 a.m. So I need to get a move on, as they say in the old westerns. But first, as we've been saying here on the Garage World Love Show, we like to stay in a continuous state of prayer. Yesterday I talked about how the world's going, and it's probably going to be an October surprise, and a few hours later, war seemed to really flare up, and Iran was bombarding Israel with missiles, and now the next step is Iran coming back and getting revenge, and so it's no telling what's going to happen. There was a debate last night. I was so tired I fell asleep during the very last part of it, and I'm going to rewatch it. The moderators were very much against Vance. That was shocking, wasn't it, Drew? That how they were kind of they didn't seem to be for Vance very much, did they? Anyway, we like to say a prayer. See, the thing is, when I look like I've lost weight, but when I hold my head sideways, this mound of fat hangs down. Isn't that grotesque? Drew, we're both going to lose weight here. We're going to lose weight because they're about to have a huge shortage of food. So, it's funny how that works. When you don't eat, you lose weight. But anyway, I've got to go get some. My wife just ordered a bunch of food using some, I don't know, she's just ordered a bunch of food so we can survive through this. Who knows what's going to happen. It looks like if they're going to somehow lose the election, they're going to bring everything down and destroy everything and leave a mess for Trump. I think that's, and then they're going to spend the whole 4 years Trump's president saying he's a Russian secretly. Don't you think so, Drew? Anyway, let's say a prayer, Drew. Dear Heavenly Father, please protect the United States and help us get through this state of turmoil. Help everyone in the world be able to live a successful, happy life, and please help bring these wars to an end and make sure everyone's got enough to eat. And oh, Drew, what are you doing? And help all the wonderful pets on the planet Earth. Dogs, cats, everything. So, we're not going to say amen because I'm going to stay in this continuous state of prayer during the day and evening. Recording Christmas music. This music you're hearing is from 1959. You can get it from any year. What would happen is there are places you can go on YouTube and other places. See, let me show you something real quick. Man, I'm wasting time. So you know about jukeboxes, right? This is a, see how this is a Seeburg jukebox, correct? So from the 1950s, very iconic thing. Well, Seeburg made jukeboxes like that, attractively made to be put in pop soda shops so Archie, Betty, and Veronica could dance after school. But Seeburg also had a more industrial side where they made stuff that it worked like a jukebox, but it was in a less attractive container, shell that was meant, they were called record libraries. Anyway, you could put a whole bunch of records in this maybe blonde wood box, and they would play one after the other. You could create a sequence, and that way you could create your own sequence to play the music. But they also did it for grocery stores, department stores, businesses, so they could have music playing in the background. And what they would do is through subscription, they would send out these Seeburg discs. This is a Seeburg Music Library Incorporated. And this is Basic Christmas Library 16-A. And this is all, I'm recording this off YouTube, right? So this is the music you would have heard if you went into a Sears or whatever, maybe a five and dime store like Crest-G, which later became Kmart. Back in 1959, it's Christmas of 59. But you can get different years. You can get 1970, whatever year you want. And it's when it's not Christmas, the music is just kind of generic. It's the great granddaddy of Muzak, but it's much better. And see, the thing about these records, you guys know that records are, originally there were 78 RPM and then 45 RPM, smaller records, and then 33 RPM, revolutions per minute is the average LP record, which kids today call vinyls. Oh, we've just switched over to 17A. These are all in order. So anyway, this is actually at 16 2/3 RPM, and you'd have to have a special Seeburg machine to play it at that. Plus, the spindle hole is gigantic, so you had to have the Seeburg machine. And then you would, which I guess you would buy, maybe lease from Seeburg, and then you'd get these records as a subscription every month. And a lot of times they'd say, don't play after a certain day. It doesn't say that on this label. And that's how so if you were around in 1959, you might have heard this playing in a store or when you were shopping for your comic books. So I like this stuff. I listen to it, and some people call me insane. Anyway, you can listen to it too, through the courtesy of the internet. You probably don't want to. So, I told you about Seeburg Library music. I've shown you a Tomb of Terror shirt. I promised to take this back upstairs because my wife's going to put it on after her shower. And now, oh, that's the wrong shirt. Where did I put it? I've already lost my wife's shirt. No, it's over here. And but let me warn you one thing. If you go to Temu, some of their products are horrifyingly bootleg. Don't order a creature from the Black Lagoon from Temu or Temu because it's half that size and it looks it's horrific. It's really badly made. There's a bootleg version of that. That thing there used to be able to get through the Walmart catalog for $150, and now it's not available through Walmart anymore, and it's insanely priced. Insanely. So, Kevin had one in his shop, Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. Someone came in and paid him $700 for it. He was sad, but he figures he'll get another one, or he'll just put up more masks. Kevin's a collector of masks. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you. Speaking of comic book dealers that are part of the Gratu Army, that are part of our vast network of fans and friends, and well, let's call them family. We're going to try to get some people that make masks onto the show, and that'll be fun. And also, what else? Last Frontier Comics sent a message. It's down in the comments below yesterday's episode. And he says he's about to get in a box of, or an order of comics, and he's going to unbox it, and he'd like to unbox it on the show. So I guess we could do that Saturday. I'll try to figure out a time. Well, maybe we should do that. I'll talk to him. I don't want to do it during Trump's return to Butler, Pennsylvania. He's going back to the place where they almost came this close to actually ending his life. He's going back to that place. I don't know if it's the same field, but he's going back to Butler on Saturday, so I don't want to do my live stream against that. Maybe right after he finishes, we can do a stream and look at the new books that Scott at Last Frontier Comics has gotten in. So, I guess I need to go. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but we gotta. In the world of Bidenomics, some of us have to work 2 jobs. And then my wife works another job, and we're still struggling. But this will end hopefully November 5th. So vote early, vote often. No, just kidding. Vote early, vote once. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Those of you in the Gratu Army, take care.